My name's Luke Smith. Welcome to Ad Spend Secrets. In this episode, I want to talk about Google Lens. This is not generative search. This is not text-based search. This is something entirely different, something that I'm using a lot more personally day to day. And I feel like it's only going to get bigger over the next few years and it will affect your Google ads. So let's jump in. So if you haven't heard of Google Lens, it's appearing in Google Chrome or Google Apps, and you'll see the actual camera icon. When you go to search something on Google, you see the search bar. On the right-hand side, next to the search bar, you'll see a little camera. And what that means is if you click that, you can actually, instead of typing to search something, you can actually upload or take an image. And personally, I've been using that a lot recently in a variety of ways. For example, someone pointed out to me at a florist the other day a flower that they thought was named a particular type. And so I took a photo, and within 1-2 seconds, Google gave back 10 to 20 images of the exact same flower type, and they all had the name of the flower. So it's very easy to identify something by sight. Take a photo, search by photo, or grab an old photo if you've taken a photo historically, and then just search using that photo on Google, and Google will find similar products. The other way in which I've used this personally is selling old furniture, unsure what the actual brand was, unsure even what the going rate or the price point might be on that kind of product. Take a photo of the piece of furniture, search by photo. Google populated 10 to 20 again search results, and it was the exact furniture item. So for me to actually understand what brand that was, what it was purchased at when we potentially got it a while ago, and what it might sell for today, just to narrow down on the actual maker's website, get the name of the product, the dimensions of the product, just by taking a photo of something that's sitting in a room in our house. So all of these kind of things are evolving over time, and I'm personally finding myself using this and finding it quite handy. Now, the question becomes, how does this impact advertising, and how can I use this as, say, an e-commerce business owner who's selling products? Well, when all of these images are served after you've searched with an image yourself, some of them are ads, and that's where the advertising comes in, right? If you want your product to show when someone's searching for something, and there might be buyer intent there too, because you can also add bits of text after you search with this image. If I was to upload a picture of white sunglasses, Google actually asks if I want to append or add text to that search. So you upload the image, and then you can actually write text after it and say, where can I find this? Or what brand is this? And it will combine that with the image to do a Google search that way. So as a brand, you want to be thinking, okay, well, what does my product data look like? What are my images labeled as? Do I have the product titles optimized so that when somebody is searching using a photo of white sunglasses, do I have my product titles specifically referencing the fact that they are, one, obviously sunglasses, but two, white sunglasses? Do they have curves on them? Are they curved white sunglasses? All of these things can beef up your product titles. And when Google is scanning a photo and it's looking for attributes within that image, it's going to look at the attributes of the image itself and a lot of the back-end information associated with that image to figure out what it is so that it knows what to serve. So the what to serve piece is your products coming into that Google search, so that when somebody's uploading that photo of the white sunglasses, your product, if it is white sunglasses or similar looking sunglasses that you're looking to sell, your product can show. So the things you want to be thinking about is, okay, well, how does Google decide to show my product over someone else's? And it comes down to what Google actually specifically mentions in Google Lens, how it works page, which is ranking factors. And ranking factors include your product data and how well your shopping feed is optimized. So things like product titles. Do you have, in another example, t-shirts? If it's a yellow colored t-shirt, but on your website it's labeled as mustard, it's very hard for Google to serve that as a yellow t-shirt if you've labeled it as mustard. So you want to be thinking about naming and updating the titles of your products so that it matches what someone's actually searching, because I'm sure if you looked at the search demand there, far less people are going to be searching to buy a mustard t-shirt as opposed to a yellow t-shirt. So if you've got a Shopify store where some of your products are titled with colors or sizes or names that might not be commonly searched, that's where you want to think about optimizing those product titles so that they better align to what somebody might search, and they also better align to what somebody might upload if you think about the visual aspect of an image. So uploading an image is extremely powerful as a user, which I found. And I think moving forward, it's just putting more and more emphasis on the need to optimize your product feed so that Google can read and interpret what products you have in your feed. And so it can sort of rank your products according to a user's search and decide, yes, this is relevant. No, this is not relevant. And if it is relevant, ideally you're matching to buy and purchase intent style queries. People are uploading products similar to yours. Your product shows, then they can click through and find your website, browse your website, and hopefully check out and buy. So if you need help optimizing your shopping feed, if you're not sure how you can do that, if it's done in Shopify, for example, if you do it in Google Ads, we can take care of all of that. Just visit www.simplyconverting.com/call, answer a few short questions, book in a time, and I'll be happy to take a look at your shopping feed. The way that we typically would do this with brands that we work with is one of two ways. We can use a third-party tool called Data Feed Watch, which is very, very handy for optimizing shopping feeds and renaming and reorganizing a lot of these attributes so that they can better match to a user's search query on Google. The other way we can do it is within Google Sheets. So for example, you can build a Google Sheet with all your product IDs on the left-hand column, and the right-hand column is where you can upload brand new product titles without editing anything in Shopify. That's key. So you don't actually have to make a lot of these changes in Shopify. If you're looking at making these changes to improve the match rate between a user's search and your products when they show on Google, and it's just optimization from a Google Ads perspective, you can do it with Google Sheets, and it's all done within Google Merchant Center. So if you need help with any of that, as I said, just reach out. But this is a very, very powerful update from Google, and it does go one step further. There is what they're calling circle to search. I believe it's circle to search, something similar to that in terms of terminology. But what it is at the moment, I think it's limited to Android phones. But if you're browsing and you're looking at a particular image, and say it's a larger image, it's a lifestyle image, someone's at the beach, but again, in that example, maybe they're wearing white sunglasses, you can actually circle around the white sunglasses in that photo. What it's going to do is it's going to isolate that, understand that you're looking for that object, and conduct a Google search based on what you've either scribbled on, drawn out, cut around, or circled. And so it's very interactive. And apparently you don't have to switch apps to do that either. You could do it if you're watching a TikTok video and somebody's wearing something, or there's something in the frame that you wanted to Google. You can circle that and it will go out and push that Google search for you. So from our perspective as advertisers and brand owners, you should always be thinking about the new ways in which people might be searching and how you can ensure that your products get served at that correct moment and they can ideally rank above your competitors. And it's those optimizations that we just spoke about. There is one other update coming out from Google, and this was seen being beta tested during Q4, so Black Friday, Cyber Monday madness. And it was actually shown in organic Google searches. So the example, I think, was a brand called Kitchen Warehouse. And when you Googled the brand term, Kitchen Warehouse, their listing showed up as number one. And then what Google had done was, you've obviously got the title of the website, you've got a short description, then you have organic site links. So a number of different links showing below that. Well, they actually inserted another CTA, call to action, which was shop. And it was, I think in subtext, it said shop using Google Sales Assistant or AI Sales Assistant. When you clicked that, it actually popped a frame on the right-hand side of the window, and it was an interactive way to see what kind of products that brand had available. And so I think it came up with a chat suggestion that said, hey, click here to see what kind of products Kitchen Warehouse has on offer. And then it automatically pulled in a carousel, a swipe from left to right of all of the products this brand had on offer. And where it was pulling those products was from Google Merchant Center, which is used in Google Ads. It's the middleman between a lot of Google's platforms and Shopify. It's where the product data is housed for those purposes. And it was specifically referring to the free listings. So free listings is where you can connect your shopping feed to Google, and it can show in the shopping tab whether you're running an ad or not. So you can populate your products in those free listing components in that shopping tab. And so obviously with Google Lens as well, the way people are searching, you want to have free listings activated. It's very simple to do. Make sure you've got that enabled and you'll start to get free impressions. You want your products to be shown for free, obviously. And then from there, you can start to branch out into advertising. You get them shown in ad placements. But it's very interesting to see Google pulling in, again, this shopping feed data into different ways and different stages of a customer's searching journey. So a few updates there on search behavior and how it might impact ads. And it's all pointing to one direction being optimizing your product feeds so that Google can better interpret what products you're selling and better match them to people looking to buy those products. Hope that was helpful. Give me a like or a follow if you like this kind of content, and I'll keep making more videos like it.